Most people ask AI random money questions. Today, we'll turn it into a practical system for cash flow without pretending AI can guarantee financial results. Disclaimer. This video is for educational purposes only. I'm not giving financial, investment, tax, or legal advice. AI tools can help you think, but they cannot guarantee profits or predict the future. Always do your own research and consult professionals before making financial decisions. Thank you. Now when people hear the words cash flow forecast, it sounds intimidating. Like something only accountants, finance people, or big companies care about. But honestly, it's one of the most useful financial habits regular people can learn. Because cash flow forecasting is basically answering one simple question. Will I realistically have enough money over the next 30 days? Not eventually, not someday, not after your next raise. The next 30 days. And a lot of financial stress comes from not knowing the answer to that question clearly. That's why people constantly feel surprised by their own money. They know their paycheck amount, they know rent exists, they know subscriptions are active, but they rarely see everything together in one timeline. So instead of planning ahead, most people react emotionally in the moment. Your account looks okay today, so you spend freely. Then 3 bills hit at once, and suddenly you're stressed again. That cycle repeats every month for a lot of people. Here's the problem most people actually have. It's not always that they don't make enough money. It's that their timing is messy. Your paycheck comes in on Friday. Rent leaves on Monday. A subscription renews Wednesday. Then suddenly, your account feels empty, even though you technically earned enough that month. That's a cash flow problem. Budgeting tells you what you should spend. Cash flow forecasting helps you see when money enters and leaves your account. That timing difference matters more than people think. Because even if you make decent money, poor timing can still create stress. And honestly, most people never look ahead more than a few days. They check their balance quickly, feel okay, then continue spending without thinking about what's scheduled next week. That's where AI becomes useful. Not because it's financially smarter than you, but because it can organize information quickly and help you spot patterns you might miss. For example, AI might show you that every 3rd week of the month gets dangerously tight, your subscriptions stack together more than you realized, or your spending always spikes after payday weekends. Those patterns are hard to notice when you're only reacting day by day. And this is where I think people misunderstand AI. AI is not magically creating money here. It's helping you slow down and look at your financial situation more clearly. That's a completely different thing. So here's the workflow I'd actually use. First, gather basic information. Your income dates, fixed bills, subscriptions, debt payments, savings goals, and rough variable spending. Nothing fancy. You do not need expensive software. You could literally do this with a Notes app, Google Sheets, Excel, or screenshots from your banking app. The key is accuracy, not complexity. And when I say accuracy, I mean being honest with yourself. A lot of people underestimate what they actually spend, especially on food delivery, small online purchases, transportation, coffee, or impulse spending. Those small transactions add up fast. Now once you have your numbers, give AI a structured prompt like this. Create a 30-day cash flow forecast using this information. Organize it week by week. Identify possible negative cash flow periods and suggest adjustments without assuming additional income. That last part matters a lot. Without it, AI sometimes becomes overly optimistic. And honestly, a lot of AI financial content online already sounds unrealistic enough. People ask questions like, how do I turn $50 into $5,000 this month? Or, what's the fastest way to become financially free? That's not forecasting, that's fantasy mixed with motivation. Instead, we're asking AI to help us manage reality. That's the difference. So let's say, you get paid every 2 weeks, rent is due on the 5th, utilities on the 12th, credit card payment on the 18th, streaming subscriptions throughout the month, and groceries every weekend. AI can organize that into a timeline and estimate where your balance could tighten up. It might show you that your lowest balance happens 3 days before payday. That's valuable information, because now you can prepare instead of panicking. Maybe AI suggests moving subscription dates, reducing optional spending temporarily, or delaying non-essential purchases until after payday. Those are realistic adjustments, not become a millionaire in 30 days. And honestly, this is where AI becomes genuinely useful for regular people. Not magical, not revolutionary, useful. Now here's the important part, verification. Because AI can still absolutely make mistakes. It might forget irregular expenses, miscalculate timing, underestimate spending, or assume perfect financial behavior. For example, maybe AI predicts you'll spend $80 on groceries every week. But in real life, you spent $140 last weekend because you ordered food twice, bought snacks late at night, and grabbed extra drinks you didn't plan for. That difference matters. Or maybe AI assumes your paycheck arrives exactly on time every month. But freelancers know delayed payments happen constantly. One late payment can completely change your short-term cash flow. This is why blindly trusting AI is dangerous. AI sounds confident even when it's wrong. So after AI gives you a forecast, compare it to your banking app, check actual due dates, verify subscriptions, review your recent spending history, and manually scan for missing expenses. I'd also recommend adding surprise categories like transportation, eating out, school expenses, birthdays, medicine, repairs, family emergencies, or unexpected social events. Because life is rarely predictable. And most financial problems happen in the unexpected category. The point isn't perfect prediction. The point is reducing financial surprises before they happen. Now here's the checklist I'd personally use before trusting any AI cash flow forecast. Number 1, does this reflect real behavior or ideal behavior? Because there's a huge difference between I should spend less and what I actually spend. A realistic forecast is always better than a fake perfect one. Number 2, did AI include irregular expenses? Things like annual fees, random deliveries, maintenance costs, or events you forgot about. Number 3, what happens if income gets delayed? Especially for freelancers, creators, or side hustles, delayed payments can completely change your month. And number 4, am I being overly optimistic? This is where humans still matter more than AI. AI can organize numbers, but it doesn't fully understand stress spending, impulse buying, emotional habits, boredom spending, or lifestyle decisions. It doesn't know you spend more when you're tired. It doesn't know you buy food after stressful days. It doesn't know weekends change your habits completely. That's human behavior. And if you ignore that part, your forecast becomes unrealistic immediately. So if you want to try this yourself, here's a simple setup. Step 1, list all expected income for the next 30 days. Not guesses, not dream scenarios. Expected income. Step 2, add fixed expenses first. Rent, utilities, debt, subscriptions, insurance, and essentials. Step 3, estimate variable expenses realistically, not perfectly. Don't suddenly pretend you'll become financially disciplined overnight. Use numbers close to your actual habits. Your forecast should reflect reality, not motivation. Step 4, ask AI to organize everything into a weekly forecast. Then step 5, review it yourself and adjust manually. Because ultimately, you know your habits better than AI does. I'd also recommend updating the forecast every single week instead of once a month. Because your situation changes constantly. Unexpected spending happens, schedules change, income changes. And if possible, build even a tiny buffer in your account. Even a small cushion can reduce stress massively when timing gets tight. A lot of people think financial peace only comes from making more money. But sometimes it comes from simply understanding your cash flow better. That visibility matters. Because the goal of cash flow forecasting isn't becoming rich overnight. It's reducing stress, improving awareness, avoiding preventable mistakes, and giving yourself more control over your decisions. That's what makes this practical. So that's how I'd realistically use AI for a 30-day cash flow forecast. Not as a magical money machine. Not as a replacement for financial responsibility, but as a tool to help organize decisions and reduce financial surprises. Now I'm curious, what expense keeps catching you off guard every month? Comment it below. And if you want to continue this series, watch the next video on AI budget, mistakes people make when they trust AI too much. AI disclosure. This video was created with the assistance of AI tools. Some or all of the following may be AI-generated or AI-assisted. Script, voice, visuals, images, and editing elements. All content has been reviewed and edited by a human before publishing. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you won't miss the next part of this series. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.